so happy, my hair so nappy, had an afro.
What's up, everybody? It's the final day of the Premier League. Shout out to everybody in Arsenal land, and shout out to everybody who just loves Premier League in general. And also want to mention, coming back from Montenegro on my holiday, really enjoyed it. Shout out to Sasha, fantastic guy that I met outside there, friends. Here's a picture of me and him, and brilliant guy. Also met Garfield out there, big Man United fan. Shout out to you as well. And guys, let's talk about how did we really get here? What was the situation that kind of catapulted this whole season? And it was really City's run in December. Now, as you know, Arsenal pretty much led up to the Premier League for the first half of the season. They were phenomenal up until Christmas, when they had the loss to Fulham and loss to West Ham. That kind of Boxing Day post-Christmas thing just kind of killed Arsenal. But going up to that, they were easily the best team in the first half of the season. But for Man City, this is kind of more about Man City. Man City, they were in a situation where they had only had one win in their last 4 games. Things were really looking bad for them. And then I believe they were 7 points off Arsenal. They were 7 points off the leaders. And then they went to Luton. They were 1-0 down at half-time against Luton. And I think that's where this season changed for them. That was the turning point. And things were not good. You had one win in your last 4, and your season was capitulating. Kevin De Bruyne, we know, just come back, but your season was capitulating. And I think that's, for me, where the season turned for them. As you know, they went on and they ended up winning that game 2-1. And then City, in the last 22 games, has got 18 wins and 4 draws. And that's just phenomenal. Wherever you sit, that's phenomenal. And look, I'm in the camp of, you've punished every team for breaking the rules, and you haven't punished City. The one team that has broken it over 100 more times than any other team, but yet you punish the teams that broke the rules once or twice. They've had points deducted this season, and we've just had this whole Man City thing. Last season it was they were going to get kicked out of the Champions League because they broke the rules then, and nothing's happened. And this season it's the charges, and nothing's happened. And for me, that doesn't sit right. That's not good for football. And I'm not saying that just as an Arsenal fan, but within the time that they've broken up rules, like Jurgen Klopp is probably going to be saying he should have won more titles than he should have. And the reason why he didn't was because of Manchester City. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta really should have won back-to-back seasons. This should be 2 titles in a row for Arteta, but he hasn't won. Why? Because of Pep Guardiola and Man City. And quite frankly, it really just goes to show how good a manager Pep Guardiola is. Regardless of the laws and the charges and everything else, he still managed to get that team over the line. And there's one weekend that really encapsulates the whole season and the whole thing which pushed City in front. And that was the weekend that City was in 3rd place, and then Crystal Palace had to play Liverpool, and Palace ended up winning that game. And then in the afternoon, Arsenal then lost to Aston Villa. So City, without even playing a single game, it catapulted themselves just because of those 2 results. And for me, like, that tells you the whole story. Like, City was just basically given the title at that point. That for me was the week where it all changed. That was where I left the stadium after that Villa loss and saying, we blew it. And here we are, a couple of months after, Arsenal just in phenomenal form. Like 9 games we had last month, and just phenomenal form from Arsenal. You couldn't ask anything more of them. All the records they've broken, scored the most goals. In fact, Arsenal scored 88 goals last season, which broke a franchise record. They've got 89, so they've already beaten the record, and they've got 1 game more to play today. So that's how good Arsenal have been. This Arteta team, number 1 defense, number 1 in set pieces, number 1 goals scored set pieces as well as defended, and had more wins than the Invincibles with 27, and could have 28. That would be 2 more wins than the Invincibles. And yet, with all that being said, Manchester City. It's just, that's all it is, guys. It's just Manchester City. That's the reason And that's the reason for me, guys, why it just doesn't sit with me. These charges, you know, it's hard to give City congratulations because they're doing it predicated on the fact that they haven't been punished. And it's not about being punished, it's about justice. It's about the fact that you've gone in and you've punished all these other teams. And how must they be feeling if they've had to have a points deduction for minor charges where City have just been free to go along and not face anything? After today, if City are crowned champions, I can't say anything. I can't say congratulations. I can't say anything because for me, that's not justice. You haven't done your due diligence by making the game fair. You just haven't. And yes, we've lost 2 titles because of it, but it's more than that. It's more than Arsenal. It's the fact that, as I said, those teams were punished accordingly. And if you weren't going to punish City, then why did you go for the smaller guy? Yeah? The big fish failed to be made an example. Because, listen, the smaller teams are there and you're picking on them. You're essentially being a bully and you're picking on them. And the big teams, the ones that would actually send a message, you've left them alone. So what message have you sent? We've got Chelsea now. We've heard Chelsea buying the Brazilian superstar for the kid's 17-year-old. They've already purchased the guy. And they're knees up in debt. They're knees up. They're rolling their debt on and no one's saying anything. And all these new rules are saying you can't do 7-year contracts. It doesn't seem to be stopping Chelsea from still buying these players. And in the perfect world, you just need consistency. That's all I'm asking for. The one word here, guys, is consistency. There's nothing consistent here. But I'm going to enjoy today regardless. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to celebrate. Because it's been a record-breaking season. It's been phenomenal. If you'd have told me this is what Mikel Arteta would have been doing 4 years ago, we were 40 points behind these leaders. 40 points behind them. Finished 8th place twice. Shout out to Man United for finishing 8th this season. But there's so much that you can see, like that transition to being from there into challenging the best team in the world. And what does that look like down the road? I don't know, but I can say this. Next season is Pep Guardiola's last in his contract. So we really don't know what's going to happen. We've seen the burnout. We've seen the toll it takes on managers to have this kind of consistency. Alex Ferguson. We saw what happened to Arsene Wenger. You know, when you have been at the top for that long, it does take its toll on you. Jurgen Klopp, simply just a person who just doesn't have anything left in him right now. And so where does that leave Pep Guardiola? Where does that leave him? Will he take a year out of football? Will he stay on? Because nobody ain't winning as long as he's in charge. That is plain to see. Liverpool, he finished on 97 points and still didn't win the title. Arsenal, with one of their greatest seasons ever, bar the Invincibles, on 89 points. And clearly, best team in the league this season, had it not been for a couple of, remember, guys, that VAR issue at Newcastle, where the ball was out of play, and then that weren't enough for VAR to overturn it. The push in the back of Gabriel right in front of everyone, and God knows how that Gordon goal stood. I'm still baffled by it. But all those things, it's just Arsenal have been the best team this season. There's no two ways about it. And they've taken 4 points off City and 4 points off Liverpool. Like, for me, it's not even an argument. It's not even an argument. We're hearing things like Phil Foden, player of the season. But then when you look at his overall metric stats, which I'm putting up here, it's Saka that's been the best player. Because it's not about goals, right? You're talking about best player. Being a player, playing the game, is more than just scoring goals. It's about what you're doing off the ball. It's about how you're defending. And Saka is twice the defender as Foden. So as an all-round player, Saka has the best metrics. But yet he's not even in the discussion. He's not even... And I'm not saying he should be the best player. I'm just making a point that you've said that the best player is this, but then there's another guy who's been playing better. And I know some of you lot, I know what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking, why Saka's not the best player. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But then again, there's Declan Rice. And I mentioned this, if you follow this channel, you've been hearing me talking about Declan Rice's record over the last 3 years. This is Declan Rice since the age of 21. This is 2021 right here. This is 2022. And this is last season. And this season, he's still topping out interceptions, recoveries, tackles, duels won. He is the best. It's not disputable. It wasn't disputable when he was a West Ham player. I was saying then that he was the best defensive midfielder in the league, because every year he's topping the charts. He is the best at what he does. There's nobody that makes a amount of recoveries, tackles, interceptions than he does. Yet this guy's not even been in the question of player of the season. He showed you every year how good he is. And yet you're not even talking about the player in a discussion as being one of the best or the best player in the season. And he comes to Arsenal, he propels them, because remember, Thomas Partey started 7 games for you. Your best player last season in Thomas Partey, he started a total of 7 games for you. So you've managed to be without him for nearly the entire season and still propel yourself to the top of the league and challenge City. And that's really because of the likes of Declan Rice and Havertz, the 2 guys we brought in the summer. How good was last season's transfer? And not just last season, but 2023 as a whole. So we'll include January. So we talk about Trossard, Jorginho. How good was that year in the transfer when you picked up those 4 players? Havertz, Declan Rice, Trossard, and Jorginho. Just propel the team, which was already laid the foundation with the younger players. So, look, that's my thoughts, man. I'm going to go out and enjoy today, and whatever will be, will be. And as for the team sheet, I'm not bothered about the team sheet. Team sheet's probably going to be the same as what it was over the last few games, and that is our best 11. I've been saying it all along. Martinelli shouldn't be starting. He should be your impact player. And Jesus, wasteful. Totally wasteful, should not be starting in the first 11. Zinchenko, great as a inverted, but we don't do that anymore. We don't do the single pivot with Thomas Partey anymore. We play pretty much as a double pivot system now. And then we don't do the inverted stuff. There's no need. You've got everything you need in the creativity in all those players. Remember the Firmino, Salah and Mane front three? Now you've got the Saka, Havertz and Trossard front three. And those guys score and they create and they do what you need to do. And then there's Odegaard sitting behind them. I mean, which is the most creative player in the league this year and last year. So you can talk about Kevin De Bruyne as much as you like, but when Kevin De Bruyne was fit last season, it was still Martin Odegaard who created the most chances. So Martin Odegaard is the de facto best number 10 in the Premier League. He is. It just statistically he is. He creates. It's not the assists, guys. It's not the assist numbers. It's how much chances you create. And it's your ball development through that front line into the final third. He is the best at it. That's just it. That's just the facts. So, look, I think Arsenal going from strength to strength. I see another strong season next season. Arsenal are not going away. Yeah, regardless of what our rivals might want to think and believe, this Arsenal train is rolling and it's not going away because they're young. They're only going to get better. Most of them haven't even hit their peak yet. They're not even in their prime. Yeah, most of them 22, 23, 24 years old. Even Kai Havertz, brought him from Chelsea, he's 24. Declan Rice. Yeah, guys, this team is just getting started. They say you're in your prime when you're 26, 27, 28. These guys are years away from that. And they're all signed to long year deals. So look forward to this Arsenal team to just dominate. I will catch you before the game. I'm going to meet up with a couple of guys. I'm going to meet up with Nay. Might get some of her views. If not, guys, catch up with you later. Guys, a real party atmosphere out here today. We've got a guy who's got his views. What's your thoughts on today's game?
Traveled 3 hours to watch this game. My thoughts on today, yeah? West Ham's going to go 1-0 up, Antonio, 67th minute. Then Man City's going to pull it back, 81st. It's going to be tense. We're going to be 4-0 up. We're going to be riding high. We're going to be happy. And it's going to be tense, but we're going to win the league. I'm going to run around Tottenham with my Willie hanging out. We're having it. We're having it. Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
That's the kind of atmosphere it is today, guys. It's madness. I'm about to walk underneath the bridge you can see here. I'm about to walk under the bridge. I can hear music playing, so it's a nice party atmosphere. And this is good, guys. This is the reason why a lot of us are coming in today, because even in defeat, I think it's still time to celebrate what has been an outstanding season and one of the best in the history of Arsenal Football Club. I cannot say that enough, guys. It's a record-breaking, phenomenal season, and that's what we should do, man. We should celebrate it. No point going home with your tail between your legs and crying about it. It's time to celebrate because, as I said to you in the car, this is just the beginning of our journey. This is not the end. There is no players leaving, the manager's staying, the technical director's staying. We are fitted and kitted for the war. The best days are to come for Arsenal Football Club. And right now, I think we're celebrating the kit launch as well. So we've got the posters behind me here. There's no big screen. Someone was talking about there would have been a big screen out here, but I don't see a big screen. I can see there's dancing here. You can see the music's playing. So all of that's happening. Let's go up here and check out what's actually happening and how Arsenal are celebrating today. It's quite a lot. Oh my God. All right, don't worry, guys. I got you covered. You're going to have a good look at here. I'm going to switch the camera view so you guys can see what's going on. So, right, here we are. Right, there's Mikel Arteta here. Mikel Arteta is right there, yeah? That's Arteta. So the team is coming. And the fans are showing their appreciation for the Arsenal players. As the players come here and make their way to the ground. And the fans just showing them pure love. Excellent. So the players are just, as I said, I forgot to tell you guys, the time is about 2:10. So it's 2 hours before kickoff. And the Arsenal players just turned up. And I bet they're well rested. Here's the party that we're having here. You can just see. Everton fans, hey guys, 101 on Arsenal. I've got a couple of Everton fans here. What's your best case scenario that plays out today? Do you want to stop Arsenal from getting anywhere near the title, or do you just want to see your team come here? I know it's been tough over the years, but you know, we can't play you guys at your ground. We don't have a great record there at all. So do you want to bring that same kind of intensity here to the Emirates and say we are still a team that is competitive and competing, or are you looking for results to change elsewhere?
See, before, I would rather use win the league in City, but you always have a hard game against us, especially Pearson.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see the back of Pep Guardiola open the league up for somebody else, to be honest with you. I like Arteta, he's never among himself, as much as he is Arsenal. But it'll be a tough game either way. But I think he's will do this, to be honest with you. I think you need to make a statement here. It affects the fans more than it does anyone else. Like, you should punish the owners of the club, because it's down to them and it's the financial situation of the club. Like, what do you think?
It's about time to wrap it up. Get it sorted. Once and for all. Basically. I prefer you to win the league in Man City.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, we're hoping and we're praying today. I just got news that Jared Bowen's out for West Ham. He's their best player.
Right.
I'm gutted.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'm gutted, man. But I just want them to fight for 90 minutes. That's all I want them to do, man. But good luck today, guys.
You too, sir.
Yeah? Excellent. Nice one, guys. So, as you can hear, guys, pretty much some views from Everton fans. And they just want Arsenal to win the league. You know, it's not even close really what their thoughts are. They want us to win the league. They do not want City to win the league. Everton fans being punished for points. Hey guys, what do you think of the game today? What's your thoughts?
Oh,
101 on Arsenal, by the way.
Get battered. Get absolutely battered.
Yeah.
Anyone want to buy a ticket? I'm here.
What's your thoughts about, as I said, Everton and Forest getting points deducted, but
Forest, I
City
couldn't
away?
care any less, to be honest with you. But Everton, yeah, shameful, like, innit?
It is.
Yeah.
And the fact that City have done this for a long time. They've been building this portfolio up since 2008, and they're just letting them get away. And then Everton, one mistake.
And you get it all thrown at you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Disgusting,
you're on the
like,
back foot at the beginning of the season, aren't you? Because you're
shite.
fighting. Yeah, you're fighting the relegation when you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You should be mid-table battling to get into the top 10, and instead, because of that,
It's done. Yeah.
All right, so what's your prediction for today?
By 6-0.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be that.
To the
Remember, you
toffees.
lot
To the
batter us.
toffees. You didn't let me finish.
You lot normally batter us when we go to your place.
Nah, here's a win. Comfortable. It's just a
Excellent.
shame about City, innit?
Yeah, it is.
Otherwise,
It
we've
is.
had all of it.
All right, enjoy the day,
Cheers.
guys.
See you later.
Mate. Nice one, lads. So as you can see, guys, again, more words from Everton fans, and they're just not happy with the situation, and they would rather us win it. I don't even know what else to give you guys other than that. It just feels like an injustice for Man City getting away with winning a title, and it's no disrespect to the job Pep's doing. I think he's doing a fantastic, amazing job. It's more than that, and the fact that this thing's been going for over a decade, this investigation, and nothing has been done, and one or two things get found out about these other clubs and they're getting punished for it, it just doesn't sit right with everybody. So hey, look, there's Nay. What's going on, man? You all right, darling? How you doing? Not too bad, darling. I've just been talking to some Everton fans. They're not happy about the points deduction and the fact that City's got away with it all, and most of them think they're going to get battered here today.
They are getting battered.
What's your prediction?
4-0.
4-0. I probably went for about 3-0 as well.
Yeah.
But I just feel really a little bit somber because I'm trying my hardest to just put all the noise at the back of my head and enjoy today, and it's a really good party atmosphere.
Celebration, man. Today's a celebration.
It's been mad.
No
We've
matter
got
what.
trumpets, bands,
I'm going
music.
down to trumpets right now.
It's mad. It's mad. It's really good down there, man. Where's the rest of the girls?
Oh, they're at the armory ready. So.
Oh, okay. I might as well just go back down there with you guys. Guys, I'll talk to you at half time. Right, guys, team sheet is out. The only change is Martinelli comes in on the right side for Saka. Saka is nursing a muscle injury, and a lot of people are saying Arteta's broken him and because he didn't get any rest, but it is what it is. He's just going to have a long summer now. Hopefully won't do too much with England. But yeah, you know I'm joking there, right? But Asper and Grove are going crazy over here. And the one thing I have to say is Jurrien Timber is on the bench. So he played in the first game, got injured, and it looks like he's going to turn up in the last game as well. So let's hope that we're going to see him. He'll be on maybe after the 70th minute or maybe after the 80th. not that much changes. Speak to you guys at half time. Guys, it's the hope that kills you. It's half time here at Arsenal. It's 1-1, Arsenal, Everton. But I mean, that doesn't even, my heart, I can't take it. I feel like I'm dying up there. I'm gonna need a drink, man. For someone who stopped drinking a while ago, I need to get some rum today. All kinds of stuff is going on in the stadium. First of all, Arsenal first half, much like Villa, total domination, total control. Best player on the pitch has been Havertz, just controlling the game in the final third, really setting the tone, asking the questions whether Arsenal need to actually buy a starting striker next year, someone who can come in. But if they do, they got to take the position of Havertz, because as far as I can see, Havertz is playing as good as any striker out there at the moment. He's dominating this game. He's making runs beyond the back line. He's bringing others into play. Had a couple of chances as well. But I think for Arsenal, all I can really say is the Everton goal, deflected, horrible deflection, and Thomas Partey making a foul, and Everton obviously getting that goal. But then it's the creativity running on the back line, the work that Odegaard has been doing all through the first half, creating those opportunities on the right. He then makes that running through the slip, Ben White dummy and giving him as much space as possible. Odegaard then cuts the ball back, and it's Tomiyasu who gets on the back of it. Fantastic positional slot into the bottom left-hand corner, and Arsenal draw 1-1. But then the drama comes in. About 5 minutes into the game, we hear Phil Foden put City up, and it kind of killed the atmosphere a little bit, to be honest. They didn't really recover, and then City went 2-0 up, and then the atmosphere very moot inside the Emirates Stadium. And then Kudus' overhead bicycle kick, putting West Ham back into the fray, gives the Gunners fans hope. And then the Emirates Stadium just electrifies. The players feel the energy. Everything is just going batshit crazy. Haaland misses a sitter, which would have put City up to 3-1. And then for us, we thought, what happened? Was it 2-2? Was it a red card? What happened? But it was the fact that Haaland missed a sitter. So there is still hope, guys. West Ham, they're playing, they're fighting. We're playing, we're fighting. I don't know what's going on. I need a drink. Somebody please give me a stretcher and take me out of this damn stadium. I'll talk to you guys at full time. So guys, none against Man United, none against Tottenham, not even in 2011 against Barcelona have I heard the stadium as loud as it was today. That's a great sign, and something that Edu and Arteta have done over the years to change the culture in this team. I mean, the noise inside there today, I've travelled a lot around the country, gone to various different stadiums, and I've never heard noise like that before. I can't recall any one time I've heard noise like that before, and that's something that you've got to be proud of as an Arsenal fan. But outside of that, I'll await the FA's decision on any Manchester City charges before I give congratulations to them on any of their titles. So I've got nothing to really say about that. But what I will say is, on today's game, it was just one of those games where you just had all the play, all the control. Highlights out to Tomiyasu, great game from him. Odegaard, Havertz, I said at half-time Havertz was the best player on the pitch, and the goal was just rewarding of his performance. And obviously, so he gets my man of the match. Just a lot of emotions going through the game at one stage. City went up 3-1 and you could feel the air deflate a little bit. And then there was reports of a second goal that came through from West Ham, and then that was disallowed at the same time. Arsenal had scored, and then that went to VAR. So isn't it funny, within a minute of West Ham scoring and Arsenal scoring, which could have completely helped turn the tide of the title, both of them went to VAR. And that decision for Arsenal was something that we haven't really heard or had for the whole season. And so, look, love my team, man. Proud of these boys. Amazing record-breaking season. Lots of celebrations now. All the players now doing their lap of honour. All the fans giving them praise, respect, and we go again next season. But the thing about what we've learned with Edu and Arteta is that we have to go again harder. And it's almost like when we scored those 88 goals last season, and then we broke that scoring record for Arsenal, we had to do it again this year. We knew we had to. We had to go in and we had to beat that record again this year, and that's exactly what we've done. But what we've done from last year is that we've just added to that being the best defence this season, and we've added to that by having more wins than the Invincibles, 2 more wins than the Invincibles, and you've scored 89 points, which would have been enough to win you 9 Premier League titles over the last 20 years. So that's how good this Arsenal team have really been, and what more could you ask from them? So, as I said, we go again next season. Well done to the boys. Fantastic for the fans today. Incredible. Probably a day that I'd never forget. Any other day would be compared to this in regards to fan appreciation, noise, and support. So, look, I've had a long, tiring day, man. I've got a lot of footage to record and put on for you guys. So I'm going to get on with it. Thanks for you guys following the channel this season. And we got a lot more to go on our way to 10,000 subscribers on 101. So I'll catch up with you guys later. I hope Tony and them guys are looking after you in the studio. Speak to you soon, guys. Peace out, man.
We made it this far, so I can't complain. Let's take